What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing my 12 Demons of Christmas level, which is Decay by Kiwipenguin. So, I have a lot to say, and apologies for me sounding really bad. I'm actually currently sick and battling a really annoying cold. So, if I sound really bad throughout this video, I do apologize for that. But overall, I want to talk about the gameplay of this level because I do have a lot to say about that. If I were to talk about the decoration, though, the decoration is very simple, but it's very creative, which is why this level is not featured. It's only rated, but I do think that the decoration is unique and original, and I overall have a lot to respect about this level. So, let's talk about each part and what I think in terms of gameplay. There's not really that much to say about this beginning. It's very basic. And overall, I think it's definitely one of the easier parts. Like, you almost never die to this beginning. Another thing to point out is the entire level is in slow speed, and there are no spikes or speed changes, which is also another cool thing to note. So there's definitely a lot of creativity with the gameplay here, which I think makes Kiwipenguin really unique in that aspect. So not too much to say about this beginner cube. The balls at the beginning, but this next cube section over here is overall really easy. I did find this dashboard it was at first a little bit annoying, but it gets pretty consistent. The one thing that I did think was a little bit annoying though was this part where you have to jump off of this platform right here, and you have to click as late as possible so that you can get into the wave. I found a lot of times I would click almost barely too early and I would miss the wave portal. So that was really the only part in this general area that I thought was pretty frustrating. But overall, it's not that bad. And then this wave section is pretty simple, nothing too crazy. There's a lot of dash orbs though. Like, you'll notice there's one right here, there's one right here, and there's just a whole bunch of them. You'll notice, which I think is pretty cool. Not too much to say about the wave. Sorry about that. Okay, so next up is this section. I actually do think that this is the most fun part of the level. It is a cube section, and in my opinion, it's one of the easier parts, but this entire gameplay is just so much fun. Like, this is my personal favorite part of the level because it's super fun and it's very simple, and you'll pass it literally every attempt. So yeah, the spider in this next part, it starts off really inconsistent, but once you get it down, it becomes a lot easier. Like, you'll have to do some late timings, like a spider click over here, like in this general area. You have to click late so that you still hit the gravity pad. And then these dash orbs, you have to time right so that your spider lands over here, which is some really cool gameplay gimmicks. And overall, I thought the spider was fine. Next up is this cube section. Overall, I thought it was fine, but there's some really annoying parts. Now, I know you're not able to see it right here, but there was actually a dash orb that leads into these blocks right here. And then there is a gravity portal with a blue orb inside of it that you have to click as late as possible so that your cube ends up landing here. I always found this to be super annoying because even though I do sometimes click the orb super late, it's not late enough, and then I end up dying here. So, like, I feel like this part in general is just a really big choke point. Nothing too crazy. And then next up is this UFO section. I don't really have much to say here other than it gets really consistent. It's more of just like memorizing the click pattern. Like, you click once into here, and then you actually click 3 times up here, and then let yourself down, click once, click again, and then hit these 2 orbs in a similar manner. And yeah, and then this part right here, I actually died here a good amount of times because you have to hit your UFO pretty late here. Otherwise, if you hit it too early, then you're gonna die here because the UFO is gonna go too far down. So yeah, this part is actually harder than it looks. And then there's a UFO spam right here. You have to spam the UFO until you're just late enough to enter this cube portal. And then we have this next cube section, which isn't anything too crazy. Like, it's fine. I do think that specifically this orange orb and this dash orb are pretty tricky. And it's another choke point in my opinion. So overall, it's just kind of increased in difficulty just because of those few clicks. And then this last ship section, I actually think is overall really good and consistent. My only issue, though, is this ending. This is a really stupid ending, in my opinion, because you have to double click here, and then you have to time this black orb just correctly so that your ship is just barely above these blocks, and then you have to sink your ship down here, and then right into this cube portal. And I just always found this part to be super, super difficult, which is kind of dumb because I do not like ending difficulty spikes. I just don't always find them to be fun. But surprisingly, I only died here once, which I personally consider a fluke, which is nice. But yeah. So overall, what do I think of this level? Sorry, I know I'm coughing a lot. It's just, I'm really sick right now. I know I already said that, but what do I overall think of Decay? I think it's a really fun level that has good gameplay, but it's just brought down by the choke points and this really stupid ending, which I don't like. So overall, this level has really unique gameplay. I think for decoration, I give it an 8 out of 10. For gameplay, I give it like I think the gameplay would be better without the choke points. Without the choke points, it'd be like a 9 out of 10. But unfortunately, the choke points really drag it down to like a 7 out of 10. And my personal enjoyment on this level is a 7 out of 10. So overall, pretty fun level. Definitely a good beginner extreme. And yeah, happy 12 Demons of Christmas. And apologies again for me being sick in this video. I wanted to record this, but unfortunately I'm sick. So anyways, I'll see you all later. Merry Christmas.